Weekends with Joanne Vrakas on CJAD 800. Filling in this morning, Ken Connors.
Trying to find the guitar I played in Back to the Future.
No one's seen that guitar since 1985, and we need to find it.
Somehow it's vanished.
Erased from existence.
It's somewhere lost in the space-time continuum, or it's in some Teamster's garage.
Kind of hoping you can help us find it.
Ask your friends, ask your relatives, ask your bandmates.
If you know where it is, if you know who has it, call us, text us.
7:10. Chris Abel, tech expert, joins Joanne Sunday mornings for a chat, and he's on the line. Chris, good to talk to you.
Hey, good morning, Ken.
Some familiar voices there, of course. We heard Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, and contributions from the cast of the original Back to the Future over this missing guitar. How did this happen?
So, yeah, this is dating back 40 years ago to the recording of Back to the Future. When that signature sequence, the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, ended, it was assumed that the guitar was taken from Michael J. Fox. There's only one. There was no stuntman's guitar or anything like that. And it was safely stowed away with all the other materials and props from the movie. It wasn't until they started shooting the sequel that they went back and found the guitar was missing. So they have been spending the last, 40 years trying to find that guitar. In fact, they had done a pretty depth search throughout the worlds of movies, actors, roadies, and even Gibson Guitars got involved 16 years ago. They have spent the last 16 years searching the world of bands and guitars. There's no guitar shops that have it. No auction sites have had it. So they've now decided 40 years later, Michael J. Fox and Gibson Guitars have partnered together to launch a global campaign. They're asking, surely somebody out there must know something about where the guitar is, and they want to be able to get information to be able to reunite Michael J. Fox and that cherry red Gibson ES-345 guitar, and once again have a lot of fun.
Iconic piece of movie memorabilia. Are they talking about any reward?
No, they're not talking about any reward, and I noticed that they're not sort of presenting it as something that may have been stolen. They're just saying the guitar is missing. If you have any information, you can go to losttothefuture.com, or you can submit information there. And then they're also working on shooting a documentary right now. They've gotten so many people from the original cast. Leah Thompson's involved. Even Huey Lewis is involved. They're going to hope to have a documentary they can present at the end that's going to have a happy ending.
John, just before we move on, when it comes to Back to the Future, and it's celebrating an anniversary, I guess, this year, as you mentioned, John Mulaney says, don't you ever stop to wonder about the storyline in that movie? Michael J. Fox is playing a 16-year-old high school student, and whose best friend is a disgraced nuclear physicist.
I know. Hey, you never know what happens when you start following your pursuits, and especially with technology. It'll take you anywhere.
Chris, we have something else here. This is courtesy of Lego Canada. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Girls in the world, yeah, we're hustling hard. Building rockets, bridges, dresses, all things pretty and odd. Building is the key to end all her woes.
She built that,
and that's the way it is. She built that, and that's the way it is.
She built that from Lego Canada. What's the story behind this?
So this is a redone of Run DMC's classic song, It's Like That. Run DMC has partnered up with Lego to redo the song, this time to celebrate girls building things, because it turns out that society really hasn't moved forward. The perceptions are still off. So Lego Canada did a study, and what they found was that 58% of Canadian parents still, when they're presented with the word builder, they think of a man on a construction site. That's not cool.
No.
They say 68% of Canadian girls say they struggle to see themselves as builders, and 58% of Canadian parents still associate building as being a boy's activity, not a girl's activity. So Lego is responding by launching a campaign to try to promote the fact that no. Girls are builders too. They make things. And Lego has just as much aspirational value to lead boys into careers that involve technology and building as it does for girls. And so part of that was to do this music video with Run DMC. It's so much fun. She built that. But they're also doing all sorts of activities at stores and shopping malls that will get girls involved in building activities. And plus, you can go to their website at kids.lego.com, and they've got a free online game where girls can build and create their own music video.
I like that. Very cool story. Tip of the hat to Lego Canada on that. Speaking of Lego, I guess it was a couple of years ago, 3 or 4 years ago maybe, during the pandemic at least, I interviewed someone from Lego Canada because there were news stories about how sales were up worldwide during the pandemic for Lego because it was providing some sort of like adults were buying up Lego because it was giving them some sort of comfort and reducing their anxiety just to work with the Lego blocks and what have you. And the pandemic seemed to spike sales for Lego.
Yes, we've seen a huge rise of adult interest in terms of Lego activities as being just a great way to relax, a great way to get together. In fact, because there's been a greater focus on Lego sets for women, including the botanicals, the flowers. When I first had those and I was showing them off to women, they were looking at me with horror, like some guy is going to buy his mom Lego. But the botanicals have been really, really popular. A lot of people use them for interior design, for decor. So this is something that has worked out to be, we're seeing a ripple effect in terms of people really starting to take an interest.
Yeah. And one more from you, Chris, this morning. Tell us about this announcement from Xbox Canada.
Again, another Canadian one.
Yeah.
So Xbox Canada has decided it would be fun. They've announced to release a little gimmicky product. What they've done is they've taken an Xbox Series X video game system. That's what it looks like, except when you get up close, there's no electronics inside. It's actually secretly a milk pitcher. This is because in Canada, we have this distinctive thing where you can get milk in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
The Americans don't understand that. They don't have that experience. So they thought it would be fun for Canadians if they could come up with a milk pitcher that looks exactly like an Xbox Series X, but you can put your bag of milk in there, and then in the morning get up and you can pour that onto your cereal. They have shown off a video of it. They've shown that it's available in either black or white. No information in terms of how you can get your hands on one, because I'm sure they're not certain yet if anybody is actually wanting to buy it. So they've released this video. They're looking at what the interest is. If people actually want to buy one, I'm sure they'll put together a run and they'll make it available.
I'm not sure if it's a cool idea or a weird one, or maybe both.
Yeah, it holds 1.3 liters of milk. So I think it'll be interesting to see the debate as to, is this good? Do we want it? I don't know.
All right. Chris, always a pleasure. Interesting stuff. We'll talk to you next week. How's that?
All right. Thank you.
Tech expert Chris Abel here on the Joanne Vrakas Weekend Show. 7:17 with Ken filling in. And it's going to be a really nice day today.